welcome to, I don't even know what Flosstube I'm on at this point because it's been a while. But I'm doing my best. I know it's March now, but I am going to try to do better about making floss tubes. Now I have my space, which I will take you on a tour of. Right now, you're kind of facing the window behind my head. I have this fancy contraption I bought eons ago that like holds the camera / phone so that I don't have to move it. So I will take it down later, but I don't want to make anybody seasick yet. So I'll take you on a tour at the end. But there's been a lot of things in the last couple of months. I had great goals of how I was going to do a floss tube every week in 2026. And that didn't happen at all. I started to film things and then life. So let's see. I finally got all my Christmas decorations put away today. So that should tell you how that went. And of course, I'm in Virginia in the Hampton Roads area, and we've had snow like multiple times. And I mean, an inch of snow is enough to make all of us go buy bread and milk and shut down the world. So obviously, we didn't go anywhere for several weekends in a row. But I have gotten a lot of stitching done. I've gotten way more stitching done and I wanted to show everybody, but at the same time, I'm having this moment of like, no, I'm going to save everything because I'm going to do virtual market this year because eventually the dream is to go to Nashville, but I am not there yet. And I'm very excited, by the way. If you know, I know this is an aside, I'm all over the place today, so I'm sorry. If you know of anybody who is going to Nashville and will be posting reels or vlogs or anything like that, tag them. Sorry, one of my children needed me. Anyway, I'm going to start off with the things that I have finished so far. It doesn't include several different Christmas gifts that I finished and gave to people, and I don't know that I have pictures. I did a stamped cross stitch of some mushrooms that I put on a tote bag for my sister-in-law for Christmas. I did the Hello from Liz Matthews. I did the class that she did at Jingle Ball with the snow globes, which came out really cute. And I made one for my mother-in-law for Christmas, but I don't know if I took a picture. But if you haven't looked that up, I don't know if she's doing another class for that or not, but the technique was fabulous. And I have several things now that I'm like, oh, that would work great for this. And I had been trying to figure out a way to do it. So look into that. All right, so I'm going to start with my finish parade. It's a very short parade. And then I'll go into what other things I'm doing. So the first thing, I started a Patreon this year. I did start that in January. And if you are, I think there's 3 tiers. I have a free tier. I have a paid tier, 2 or 3 paid tiers, and depending on which one. Either way, if you do a paid tier, you get a free pattern every month. The patterns that go on Patreon are exclusive to Patreon for 3 months, and they will be posted to Patreon for 3 months. Then they will get taken back down, and they won't be released until a year later, or the following marketplace, whichever marketplace that is. So the first one I did for that one, I have not FFO'd this. It's not in the frame or anything yet because I'm still looking for the frame that I want to use. But the first one is this. Oh, now you can see all the places that I went all over the back. You can see this one is my snowflakes and snowmen mandala. I really like this one. But that was January's pattern. And that'll be up through the end of this month. And then it comes down and it won't go back until I release it the fall next year. And then I have this one, which was supposed to be February's, but I actually really like this one. So you're getting a sneak peek of what I intend to. This is one of the ones that I'm going to release at the virtual marketplace. I just really, it's hard to see. I gotta get a curtain up in here so that it's not so difficult to see things and see straight through. But I really like that one. And I dyed the fabric because I couldn't find exactly what I wanted. And I'll tell you a secret. This is purple dye. It's purple and black. And then that was darker than I wanted. So I ended up taking, I know you're probably not supposed to do this, but whatever. The lighter patches are because I took my Clorox bleach foaming cleaning spray for the shower and spritzed it and then let it sit for like an hour. And then I washed it. And it came out with this mottled background. And it actually worked way better than I thought it would. So I'm not going to complain about that. My other thing, I also joined my local Embroiderers Guild of America last month, a couple weeks ago. And I did I thought I was all done with this. This is my name tag, which I did in far too large a account, but it'll work. It's fine. I also realized after I hung it up here on my little pegboard thing, totally forgot to finish the R for rose and thistle. So I'll finish that and I'll put the center in that flower, but my name tag is done. And the last one, this is like the oldest whip I think I have ever of almost any kind, except one quilting whip that I made my mother when I was in high school, and it's still not done yet. But this one, I don't even know when I started it. It was either high school, the end of high school, or while I was in college, and I found it in the bottom of my sewing basket when I moved, one of the many times that I moved after, after college and moving out and everything. And I did not have, I had all of the words done and part of the border done and the basket done, but I didn't have the pattern anymore. I had this piece of fabric with all this stitching done, and not all of the DMC floss, but a few of the flosses in a little baggie with it. So I had to go on a hunt to figure out where I got the pattern, because I was pretty sure that it was a free pattern, but I wasn't positive. So after a Google searching a lot of things, I did finally figure out that it's from Little House Needleworks, and it's called Sweet Little Berries. And it says on the page I found it on her webpage, it said that it was an old pattern that was once available in shops, once only available in shops with the purchase of threads. The pattern's now not in shops and has become hard to find if it can be found at all. She decided to publish it here for those of you who've emailed me and continue to look. So I'm really glad other people also didn't finish it and emailed, because otherwise I'd be stuck with this thing and going, I don't know what I was supposed to do with it. So it is on the website. The biggest issue I had with it is that the colors don't have DMC numbers. They have names. So I kind of guessed, because whatever colors I had put with it were not necessarily the ones that I had actually used. So I just kind of went through and, like, there was some green in here. Let me just show you the pattern. Sorry. It's very cute. It says, deep in the field under bright sunny skies grow sweet little berries for jellies and pies. And I did it because up until COVID happened, the place I lived had a strawberry festival, and it never came back after COVID. But like, some of the leaves up here were supposed to be darker and some were supposed to be lighter, but because I only had the light thread left in the baggie instead of any of the dark stuff that I had used, everything is light, because I figured at this point it's at least been 10 years in a progress. So I just wanted to get it done. But it's finished now. It's cute. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I think I originally intended to, like, make strawberry shortcake or strawberry jam and put it with that for my parents. I don't know, but it's cute, so I'll keep it. And you know, I think it's on 28 count. That's the called for, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Anyway, it's done though. The oldest whip I had is finally finished, and it took like an hour to finish whatever I had, so I felt really stupid for having left it that long. So those are the whips for now, or excuse me, the finishes. I'm going to do another video next week with a whip parade because I've got a lot of whips, and some of them are for me and they're model stitches, and some of them are things that I just need to get finished. Although I think I may have finally admitted defeat on the Deadly Aquarium Sow. It's so cute and I love it, but I was making it for my youngest son, and when I showed it to him the other day, I was like, do you want me to finish this for you to put in your room? And he was like, meh. And I was like, well, I got other things that I like way better right now. I'm not going to undo it or get rid of it, but it might have to go in a someday bag for now. I really want to show you all the big whip that I have going, but it's for my best friend, and it was supposed to be for her 40th birthday. We're well past that. But when you all see, I am determined to get it done this month because I want it done. I want to get it mounted, you know, laced onto a board, and then I haven't decided how I'm going to ship it because it's 24 by 36 and it's got to go to Colorado. And I'm not sure if I'm going to send it laced onto the board and let her frame it, or if I'm just going to frame it without glass and then mail it. I'm not sure yet. So if you have tips on that, I'm all ears. In the meantime, though, I shall take you on a tour of the new office slash stitch room slash craft room. So pause for a moment so I can pick up this phone and hopefully not make anyone seasick. Okay, so we're going to start the tour on my desk, which obviously I have my computer and my desk, my pegboard. This one's a little needle minder, my little figment shoulder thing. This is my mount for the camera, so you can see why I didn't want to move it while you were still on there. These little toolboxes are fabulous. I got it for Christmas, and they're not super expensive, but the fact that it's metal and the top opens is really nice. That's my Ort jar. This is the most frustrating fake Lego kit my mother could find to give me. They're teeny tiny, but I will get it done at one point. I gotta put that stuff away. I'm not there yet. My knickknacks from trips that either I have taken. Actually, most of those are from me. One's from a friend. And then I have my floss. There's another box somewhere, and there'll probably be more. This is finishing fabrics and stuff. I got these at our local craft thrift store, and I'm going to do the Great White Christmas pattern. I think it's boomerang stitches, and I bought this for that. This is for, I think I bought these two because I couldn't decide. I have a long dog sampler I want to do, but I haven't decided which one I want to do it in yet. This is all fabric. That is really old floss that I found on Facebook Marketplace that a lady was giving away this and a couple of antique hoops. I actually used that for darning the kids' pants when they tear the knees out, because I have two boys and they're rough on clothes. And I'm into this visible mending thing right now. The boys seem to like it. My little ghosty, that's a travel box to put sewing stuff in. And then I have fabric scraps, hot glue gun, finished stuff that needs to be dealt with, patterns, books, magazines. These are my patterns that are printed but not folded and set up yet. And that's folded patterns that are already ready to go. Quilting stuff. I have a wide variety. My Cricut machine's down there. It's probably going to have to get moved and put in there some other way. Notebooks, artsy books, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Oh, this is one of my whips that I really want to get started on my new tabletop embroidery frame, scroll frame, and my thermal printer. I have my hoops up here on the wall. I'm going to put some more hooks up here. I don't have all my hoops because I have a set of the Nerge plastic ones because I really like those. But the other ones are in use. So once they're not in use, they need a home. So hence, I need to put more things up. And then I also have the Chantel 141. This is one of her display boards. And I glued a magnet on the back of it with the intention then of being able to switch it out. I haven't used it for what I needed to yet. And then this, I found at a thrift stop, and it's got a phrase on the other side, and I flipped it around and I stick my needle minders on it. And I'm going to put some of my stitching stuff on that wall back there, but I haven't. You can see where I tried to hang a shelf with command strips, and it did not work. We won't even go there. It's just a mess. So I'll put other things up there in a little bit. But the best part about this closet, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but if I flick the switch, I have my own exhaust fan and light. Because while this is a walk-in closet now, it apparently used to be the bathroom for the master bedroom. So I have a window and an exhaust fan. I don't know when I'd use that in the, in a closet, but you never know. So ignore the junk up here. I have sort of gone through and cleaned things out up there, but that's all stuff that probably needs to be gone through. Some of it is fiber fill and fusible interfacing and shipping boxes should I need them, But yeah, so there you go. That's the tour of the new office / Stitchy space. And the hardest part about this is that the shelf and the desk are actually a desk, and then it's a carrel that fits on top of it. Obviously, it doesn't fit in the closet. I had grand plans of how this desk was supposed to fit in the back, but there was only a 1/2 inch clearance, and we could get the desk in here, but you can't move it. Like, you can't shift it from this way to this way. There's not enough room, and the doorway is too small to, put it through that way, way too small for that. So there have been some challenges. I had to find the world's smallest stool. It's a saddle stool. I didn't even know these things existed before. It's actually not bad. But I only had 20 inches of space to work with because there is also an air vent on the floor, which I have broken because it's plastic. Which makes sense if this was a bathroom originally, that you would put a plastic air vent cover. So I've got to go get a flat metal one so that when I roll over it again, because I will, or step on it, I don't break it or fall through it, because I'll need that in my life. So yes, that is the Flosstube for the day. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. So if there is something that you wish you could see that you don't normally see, or pattern design, or something you want me to show you or talk about, I am all ears. If you're interested in the Patreon, I will leave a link below. I'm still in the process of working on Patreon, Instagram, Facebook updates, way more of them. It's just been a really tough couple of months. My children have been stir crazy whoa, because it's been too cold and snowy and wet to go outside and do anything really. And that seems to finally, knock on wood, be on its way out. I also managed to do that thing where, you step wrong and damage yourself. And I did it in November, and I planted my foot and I turned, my knee popped, and I went, oh, that hurt. And then we went to Dollywood at the beginning of November, and I just wore a brace. I was like, it hurts. I'll wear a brace. It'll be fine. That'll take care of it. Just, it won't get any worse. And it was fine until the middle of February. And then I was moving all of the furniture around to get this room cleaned out, because you couldn't even walk in my closet, because my closet was where everything went to die. It was bad. I will admit that. Real bad. So I was tearing everything out of here and trying to clean up other areas of the house and just purge things. And in the process of I guess I twisted wrong again and my knee popped, but then I spent an entire weekend of my birthday, no less, with my knee feeling like somebody had like beaten it up with a hammer, and I like didn't do anything because it hurt a lot. And I actually like used ice. And for me to say that it hurt, I have a pretty high pain tolerance. So the fact that I was like, okay, I should probably go to the doctor. The doctor looked at me and went, yeah, it's good you came. Because I didn't think it was swollen at all. And she looked at me and went, yeah, this is a whole lot more swollen than you think it is. And I'm like, I just figured I was fat. Like, whatever. So now I have to go deal with a physical therapy evaluation, not this week, but next week, to see what I can do about that, because they don't like to do surgery. And I'm like, that's good, because I really don't want surgery. I mean, if I have to, I have to. But with 2 children under the age of 7, and just, I homeschool the oldest, the youngest is 4, and I don't need that much. Like, anyway, that's beside the fact. Anyway, there's just been a lot going on. So we are working our way through things, and I am trying to stitch when I can and work on some new designs and trying to stitch the new designs so that I can get all of the product photography ready and the patterns ready. What are you working on this week? Have a fabulous day, and I hope you are stitching something awesome, and I will see you next week for the whip parade.